Hello, hello, hello. Wait, no, that's not right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for the very kind and thoughtful birthday wishes. As a matter of fact, someone sent a Cash App. I don't want to say the name, but um, A as in apple, E as in everything. Yeah, those are the initials. Thank you so much for the Cash App. And thank you for your continued support of Royal Sussex. What a nice birthday. Let me see. It says, "Hi, Baron. Happy birthday." Ah, okay. Thank you very much. That was very thoughtful of you. They didn't want YouTube to get a cut. I appreciate that. All right. Um, and let's see here. Oh, um, and there was a PayPal earlier. So thank you so much for that. Let me see. Okay. Well, you know who you are. Thank you so much for the PayPal. All right. Um, mhm. Oh, wow. Sweet. Okay. You know what? I got to go on my Facebook. I don't use Facebook that often. So, um, I have so much to catch up with. But I remember the first time I realized that Facebook keeps up with your birthday. That was so freaky and so strange and so wonderful. Oh, that was wonderful. I mean, raise your hand if you remember the first time that you saw all of those birthday greetings on Facebook and how special that made you feel. I loved it. I didn't know that was a thing. And when I found out about it, it was a very, very super amazing surprise. I loved it. Okay. Um, Let me put that over here. Ah, there we go. And voila. Not like us. Yes, I am recycling a thumbnail, just in case you noticed. Okay, I'm looking at some of your messages here. Fancy, fancy, thank you for being first. And thank you for the birthday greeting. Greatly appreciate it. Hello, Gwendolyn Daniels, Lydia Washington, and Sharon Chung, Mary H. And let's see, who else is here? Teddy Bongo. And I said Gwendolyn Daniels, didn't I? Yes, I did. Olivia Johnson, Jeanette Williams, Joan Garcia, thank you very much. Let's see. Okay, very good, very good. All right, so let us get on with it. I made that today. I thought it was pretty. The blue and the gold and the blue. Isn't it nice? I mean, it came together rather nicely, if I should say so myself. You know what? I am getting tired of that watermark. I am not liking that watermark anymore. So let me see if I can get rid of that. Huh, that was too easy. The watermark is gone. What about the count? Can I get rid of that count? How easy is that? Actually, I don't think I can get rid of it. I can move it from one side to the other, but I cannot. Oh my goodness, Halloween pack, 6 overlays. Let's see. Oh, look at this. I didn't even know that they had this. They have some Halloween overlays, and I missed that. Look at that. Oh man, trick or treat. I did not know that. I totally missed that. Well, StreamYard is getting better and better. I'll say that for them. They are getting better and better. Um, let's see. Hmm. I wonder if, nope, can't take the numbers away. Those have to stay. All right. I tried. Let's see. Oh, there's a fellow Scorpio. Ah, happy birthday, Baron, my fellow Scorpio. You are quite, oh, happy, well, I don't know when your birthday is, but thank you so much. I was going to say happy birthday to you too. Thank you, Hazel Jones. As a matter of fact, I know I shared this before, but why not do it again? Um, uh-oh. Oh, yes, I did do that, didn't I? Mm-mm. Okay. Mm. Okay. Wow. Did not mean to do that. All right. So, who are the interesting people born on November 3rd? Okay, here it comes. All right. Just to name a few. Just to name a few, here are some of those interesting people that are born on November the 3rd, like Anna Wintour, Kendall Jenner, Colin Kaepernick, Charles Bronson, Dolph Lundgren, Elizabeth Smart, Michael Dukakis, Roseanne Barr, Cape Capshaw, Lulu, Adam Ant, and not mentioned here, because I don't like him anyway, Dennis Miller, ugh, and the first Lionel from the Jeffersons, actor Ken Berry. He was born November 3rd. And I feel like I'm missing a couple of other people. Oh gosh, who was the actress? Oh gosh, I can't think of the actress name, but she was born November the 3rd. So yeah, those are just some of the people born on this day. I tell you, what does Charles Bronson and Anna Wintour have in common? I'll tell you what they have in common. One carries a gun and the other one doesn't have to, right? That's right. One carries a gun and the other one doesn't have to. That's what they have in common. Um okay. Let's see. Today for happy birthday. Oh, thank you so much. I mean, I don't know if I should say the name or not because I try to keep those private when I get the Cash App and PayPal, but I just received it. So you know who you are. Thank you, TS. And thank you for your continued support, um, especially when it comes to my setup with the extra screen support. That was, I still am in awe of that. So I let me tell you, I think about that every day. That was like one of the most awesome things that I probably didn't have enough sense to do for myself. So thank you again for that. Okay, Cape Capshaw. Eh, I don't know who she is. I mean, I know she's an actress, but I couldn't name anything she's been in. Um, let's see. Clarita Forbes, member for 40 months. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for the birthday greeting. 40 months membership. That is so cool. 40 months. Where have the time gone? Where has the time gone? Okay. Okay. Well, we got some gossip to get into. We really do have some gossip to get into. By the way, if anybody is in touch with Jeff Bezos, tell him and his cronies to stop sending me vile, vicious, nasty things like this. I don't need recommendations from Amazon. Every so often, they make these suggestions for what I should buy. Um, uh, no matter how I look on the outside, and no matter what my driver's license says, I still feel like a kid at heart. So you all should not be sending me such. But I tell you, um, you know who finally left me alone? The AARP. They used to get me almost every day about this time. Every day. The AARP would be starting ABS. I'd be sitting up here minding my business, ain't bothering nobody. And next thing you know, they send me something else. So, yep, leave me alone. I don't bother nobody. Um, okay, I put this on the wish list. I don't know if anyone got it or not, but this one I approve of. I think is very funny. Um, what is it? Bed, bath. Um, oh come on, bed. Is it bed, bath, and body hurts? Remember the candle? Back hurts, right? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, that's a fun gag gift. Bed, bath, and back hurts, whatever that thing says. Let me see. I can tell you. That is a lot of fun. Yeah, back and body hurts. That's what it says. Back and body hurts. Huh. That's so weird. I don't see it. And I know I saved it. Oh well. Anyway, I guess I could do that, couldn't I? Back and body hurts. So yeah, like I said, I don't know if anybody got that one from the wish list, but it is a lot of fun. Okay, now I got it. Let's see. Uh oh. Oh boy. Okay. Oh boy. Don't tell me I'm frozen again. Am I frozen? Oh no. Okay. I think my screen is frozen. Well, let me try this. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but my screen is frozen. Don't tell me I have killed another computer. Oh, please don't tell me I've killed another computer. Yep. Well, this is not looking good. This is not looking good. Let me see. Am I able to highlight anyone? I seem to be frozen. You can hear me. Okay. I seem to be frozen though. Let me try again. Okay. All right. Well, Okay, I think you can hear me. Oh, Lord, that was trippy. That was trippy. Okay. I think I was trying to do too much at one time and I froze myself. Um, all right. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to bring my slides back up. There we go. There we go. Well, we get there in the end. Phew, that was scary. Ah, what did I miss? Joan Garcia says, Baron, today on your birthday, I've been with you for 46 months. Check your email for the animated greeting card I created for you. I have something for you at Amazon also. Well, thank you very much for the 46 months and for the Amazon. Gosh, I wish I could share it, but I mean, I can share the greeting, right? Um, I just don't think I can retrieve it right now. That might be dangerous. Oh man, that scared the bejesus out of me, but thank you so much for that. You know what happened? My phone rang, and when my phone rang, that seemed like it froze the computer. Um, I mean, in that order. The phone rang, and the next thing I know, the buttons wasn't working. Well, at least it wasn't Kensington Palace again. Carol Lund, 32 months membership. Thank you very much. Well, thank you for 32 months. I am thankful to you. And Clarita Forbes, 40 months. Did I say thank you already? I think I did, but thank you again, anyhow. I can't be sure because when I got locked out, I got confused. Okay. Well, I have to try not to do that again. In the meantime, I closed down a bunch of stuff that I didn't need. So hopefully that will help. Yeah, I closed out some stuff that I don't particularly need, but I'm going to try to be very judicious about my movements from here on out. Henceforth. Yeah, henceforth. I'm going to be very, very selective about what buttons I push. Don't want that to happen again. Causes all kind of confusion. Okay. Oh, Joan Garcia, I love this. I'm looking at it now. To you, Scorpio, Baron Reedus of the Royal Sussex. Happy birthday and happy birth year. I hope you enjoy some cake today and maybe some ice cream. Well, the cake I had, not the ice cream, but the cake I did have. Let me share some. Great Scorpio energies. Oh, thank you so much for that. That is beautiful. With me smiling with like 3 or 4 teeth showing. Okay. Well, cheers and thank you very much for that. Okay. Huh. Thank you very much for that. And that is a Joan Garcia production. I wish I could share it with you guys, but I don't think I should at this point because, well, you know what happened. I got locked out a minute ago. But All right. Thank you, John Garcia. All right. So let me go back to where I was. Oh, by the way, since I have reached a milestone, I guarantee you, every place I go, I'll be looking for this more often than not. And you know what's really funny is that now some of the younger people in my life are like, there's a ramp over there. There's the elevator. You know, it's getting out of hand when the young people are trying to help you. Do you want to take the elevator? There's a lift right there. Oh, look, there's a ramp. There's an escalator. uh, yes, yes, that would be perfect. Thank you so much. You're very thoughtful. Let's take the lift. Yeah, the young people are identifying these things for me. And I hate to admit this, but I was helped across the street about 2 months ago. I've had a couple people surrender their bus seats, right? I mean, I like the respect. I do. I love the respect, but it feels kind of weird. Inside, I still think I'm 16. So, Prince Harry to be in Toronto this week for several, and I do mean several, veterans events. And William is it. William is so upset. He is he's becoming incandescent with rage. They say William is not happy at all about this. Um, but what can you do? I mean, Harry's got business to take care of. That's right. Baron, comma, 29. Yeah, put that comma in there and throw that 29. So, yeah, this came out about 10 hours ago. And that little weasel, oh, that man is such a weasel, that Tom Sykes. He is fanning the flames on William's behalf. Tom Sykes is so eager for Harry and Meghan to lose their titles. I don't know why he's so invested in that, except for I think that he has decided to hedge his bets on William for the future, not Charles, but William. And so every time you hear Tom Sykes mention something about the royal family, it just seems as though he is getting his briefs directly from Kensington Palace. That's how it appears to me, is though he's getting his briefs directly from Kensington Palace. No one's in between, just straight Kensington Palace. I mean, really, it is disgusting. Mm. I'm trying to see if Feminagra has anything to say about that. But no, not at this time. But Feminagra has been busy. So I hope you guys will subscribe to the newsletter because it is um, great information over there. Uh, Tom is a terrible pain. Well, Lydia Washington, if you were trying to pull your lip over that one big tooth in the front, you'd be in pain too. Every time I look at Tom Sykes, I keep thinking of Brer Rabbit. For some reason, he reminds me of Brer Rabbit. It's like it strains him to pull that lip over that one tooth. Yeah, his two big front teeth do not complement each other. They certainly are not identical. One is about a foot ahead of the other, and it seemed like it behooves him to pull that top lip over that front tooth. And I noticed too that he doesn't just talk; he whinge. He's whinging. Yeah, he's whinging. And I cannot stand the sound of his voice. And I could not believe the other day that he referred to Meghan as having word salad when everything he says comes out like Jimmy Stewart. Wow, oh, wow, he sounds like a very English Jimmy Stewart. Have you noticed that? He's got a lot of flipping nerves to say that Meghan is given word salad when it's so difficult to follow him, regardless of the circumstances, because he's trying to think and talk at the same time. And along with that, he's trying to figure out the best way to, I suppose, destroy the Sussexes. Wow, no, oh, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of him and ha, and he barely ever gets to the point. So I would like to think of him as being this incredibly insightful person, but he's really not. He's just as common and pathetic as all the rest of the so-called royal experts. No wonder he's so awful. They kicked him out of the WhatsApp group. They kicked Brer Rabbit out of the WhatsApp group. That's how ridiculous he is. He could not even manage to stay in the WhatsApp group, the Royal Rhoda WhatsApp group. And so he found refuge with Kensington Palace or someone at Kensington Palace. Um, and then next thing you know, he has his own, I guess, YouTube channel and as well as his Substack. So now we get hours of his Jimmy Stewart impersonation all day long. Well, yeah, yeah, I'm like, what? What? I don't understand. What did you say? It is really bad. It is really that bad. I kid you not. Miss Z says if the precedent for losing the Prince title is being a PDF file, then Harry and Meghan should be good. You can say that again. And thank you so much for the super chat. I love that, the PDF file. That is very clever. I love that. The PDF file. Um, but it seems as though Tom Sykes does not seem to be as bothered about those files as he is. Well, okay, everything about Harry and Meghan bothers him more than any files or any other offenses. It's just Harry and Meghan that he seems to be obsessed with, which I think is disgusting. Now, that other guy that appears on his YouTube from time to time or his Substack podcast, whatever, he calls him out on it. I noticed that he actually calls him out on his bias. And I like that other guy because that other guy seems like he's been in the US long enough that he actually is seeing things through the eyes of someone from the US and the American point of view as opposed to the very biased, I suppose, British point of view. So I like that. You know, media in the US has changed a lot in just the past 5 years. and 10 years before that, and 15 years before that. It's been at least 30 years. I'm going to say that the talk radio, the right wing talk radio, is where it really started. And then once the Fox News came, then it was off to the races. But we were spoiled for choice when it came to reporters, and a lot of them were, I mean, it was no question about them being unbiased. That was back in the days when reporters did not have much by way of opinions. Nowadays, that's all you get is opinions, which is unfortunate because there's so many opinions, you can't even get the flipping news. Oh, let's see. Herlin Baker, thank you very much for the super sticker, and thank you for being a member. Tom Sykes is a liar. Harry's trip was planned a year ago. The palace was notified. There is a statement in People about it. Okay, today, Kensington Palace is trying to ride Harry's coattails. Oh, I see what you mean by making it seem like there's some kind of competitive thing going on. I got you. Thank you for sharing that. Um, yep. And of course, leave it to the official royal rodent of the royal rota, um, um, Maureen. Maureen. Okay. Richard Eden. Maureen. Uh, anyway, so Maureen, aka Richard Eden, what a coincidence. On the first day of William's important visit to Brazil, Prince Harry announced that he is making a foreign visit of his own to Canada for Remembrance Day related events. Now, um, if you notice, all of these headlines almost screaming from the hilltop that Harry is going to Canada. I was kind of surprised that it was such big news. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be, but he's just announcing a trip. But maybe it's more to it than just an announcement. Maybe some of the people in the media are so glad that they can pit one brother against the other so they can make some real money around here instead of just talking about old boring William. Because I tell you, you're not going to get far talking about William. The only thing that would be worse is if it was William and Kate, because they are so dang blasted boring. Woo, Jesus, they're boring. And I mean, they put the buh in bore. Boring. Which reporter was that said? I think it was it Janet Streetwalker? Oh, I forgot which one it was, who said that William and Kate's, if you cobbled them together, you still couldn't come up with a whole and complete personality. That was her impression of William and Kate when they went to India, that it was boring. And nobody in particular really cared that they were there. Of course, they're going to round up the obligatory school kids and send them out there to, you know, make them seem more than what they are. But the truth is, it is dull and duller. It is Sleepyville. Yeah, it's like William and Kate are what is that? Melatonin. They are just like walking, talking vials of melatonin. They will put you under. It's the truth. Everybody knows it's the truth. So Prince Harry will be in Toronto this week. That is according to, I think it was the Toronto Star. Here's what he'll be doing. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's talking about it. Now, Zandy Sussex says apparently the whole world must come to a stop in case Willie's Earth shot gets overshadowed. Why is an event in Toronto a threat to the one in Rio? Thought Harry was irrelevant. Please spare a thought for poor Willie's fragile ego. Yeah, please spare a thought for poor Willie's very fragile ego. And then there at the bottom it says Harry reignites. Oh, look at who that is. There's Brer Rabbit. There's Brer Rabbit. There's Tom Sykes saying Harry blindsides his brother with announcement of Toronto trip that looks designed to steal attention from the Earthshot Prize. Now, blindsided. We have not heard much of that language used since Queen Elizabeth. That is one of those tropes that they reach for when they really want to do someone in. And you can't say it's elder abuse, even though William looks like an elder. You cannot say that's elder abuse. Yep, Tom Sykes again. Tom Sykes again. Instead of Tom Strikes again, it's Tom Sykes again. Once again, Tom Sykes is doing the most to stir up a bunch of mess. Let me continue here. Maureen, I'm gonna beat your ass, Maureen. You gotta be high if you get on my nerves. I look at you and I see a turd, Maureen. You know, you remind me of a big city rat, and I'm looking for a very angry cat, Maureen. Maureen, I'm gonna beat your ass, Maureen. You know, you remind me of a city rat, and all I need is a angry okay, where is it? An angry cat? What happened to my cat? Oh well, that's Maureen for you. Oh Lord, I lost my cat. Now that cat slide has been up here forever. Well, I don't see it. Well, that looks like that's a whole nother rat there. Where is my angry cat? Oh well. I think I lost the slide. Never mind. Well, okay. I don't see it. Where is my angry cat? Never mind. Wow. Is it JCD? Thank you so much for the super cash app. Wow, I am floored. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that. That is incredibly thoughtful of you. And I super duper really do appreciate it. I am at a loss for words, but thank you so much. I mean, I am at a loss for words. What was I talking about? Let me go back and look at the slide I was on. What the heck was I talking about? See, there you taking my breath away. I know it was something to do with about Maureen and a city cat. Um, oh, I got to get this hideous thing off the screen. Oh, wrong direction. Oh, that's better. That is so much. That is light years better. That's a million times better. Oh, Maureen, Maureen. I know you wear a huge bouffant. And okay, I can't rhyme anything with bouffant. I can't rhyme anything with bouffant. Sorry, I tried. Um, I know that that's not really your now. Okay, I'm done. I think I'm going to end up saying something weird. I know that's not really your hair. I look at you and I get a scare, Maureen. Maureen, Maureen. I'm gonna catch a case, Maureen, Maureen. Every time I see your face, Maureen. Okay, that's better, right? I look at you and I think I'll catch a case because I can't stand that ugly face, Maureen. Now, see, I could have co-wrote Maureen with Dolly Parton. That's what Dolly Parton needed in that song is a little urban edginess, right? Uh, oh man. Joan Garcia says those Looney Tune royals in media seem to think Harry and Meghan should never do anything, anytime, anywhere, under any circumstances. Looney Tune, I love it. Thank you, Joan Garcia. MLC, happy birthday, Baron. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, MLC, and thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Okay. I look and I see those yellow teeth. You're so angry. What's the beef, Maureen? Oh, man. All right. I'm through with Maureen. I'm running out of rhymes. Oh, my goodness. Antonio's songs are awesome. Yeah, his song. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm any kind of a songwriter, um, but Antonio is definitely talented. I listen to some of those songs. I'm just like, wow, that is talent. Mine sound like something that you would talk about at a church Nelly cookout. uh yeah. Yeah, my rhymes sound like something that belongs at a church Nelly cookout. Oh man. You know, I can't stand those beady eyes. Okay, I'm done. Oh man, I'm gonna beat that ass, Maureen. Oh, could you imagine if Richard Eden was to go on his little podcast and try to explain how one of the squatties um, said some things about him. They called him a weasel and um, what else? Called him a rat, even worse, a city rat. Could you imagine that? How would Maureen explain that to, um, let's say, Rebecca English and that other chick that wear them glasses all the time? How would he explain that? I'd love to hear him do it. Now that would be funny. Okay, I'm thinking of some lyrics that I dare not say. um, Let me stop thinking about Maureen. Okay, stop. No more Maureen. If I catch you at 3 o'clock. Ain't that what they used to say in grade school? The bully would always say 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Oh man. Okay, I forgot what I was looking for. Something to do with Maureen, though. All right, I'm done with Maureen. This guy right here, Jay Paris, I like him. Jay Paris is so cool. And for people like a Maureen, for people like old Brer Rabbit, Tom Sykes, this is for you. This is what you just don't get about the US.
Okay, so Jay,
Hey,
you ran into Prince Harry.
I did, and
And he's
Meghan.
a fan. Okay, Prince Harry and Meghan, and they're fans of KTLA. What exactly did they say to you?
We were talking about the game, and I was talking about Shohei Ohtani, and talking about how I wrote a book on him, and I mentioned that I was on KTLA Morning News talking about the Dodgers and the book earlier in the day, and his response goes, "Oh, I like that station." So he was aware of it, or he was very polite and said he was aware of it. But either way, could not have been nicer, could not have been more polite, and I think KTLA might have a new fan.
Now, are you royalty after meeting them?
I'll be knighted next week, but so right now I'm still Jay Paris. So Prince Paris has a little ring to it. We'll see what happens.
Okay, so Jay,
Hey,
you ran into Prince Harry.
I did, and
And he's
Meghan.
a fan. Okay, Prince Harry and Meghan, and they're fans of KTLA. What exactly did they say to you?
We were talking about the game, and I was talking about Shohei Ohtani, and we're talking about how I wrote a book on him, and I mentioned that I was on KTLA Morning News talking about the Dodgers and the book earlier in the day, and his response goes, "Oh, I like that station." So he was aware of it, or he was very polite and said he was aware of it. But either way, could not have been nicer, could not have been more polite. And I think KTLA might have a new fan.
Now, are you royalty after meeting them?
I'll.
Okay, so there, I played it for you twice, but that's Jay Paris. And I believe Jay Paris is from the KTLA which is a very well-known television station from the Los Angeles area, but it's very well known across the country. And well, apparently he was, I don't know if it's polite to say that he was starstruck, but he was definitely happy to meet the Sussexes. And they seemed to know him. So it was mutually beneficial for them to meet one another. And that, well, I mean, I think they have some new, well, he has some new friends and they have a new friend. So good for them. Good for everybody. Okay. All right. Let me go to the next thing here. All right. Yeah, and that's Jay Paris right there. I meant to share that before when I played the sound, but I forgot. Now, calling all contributors, we're building the Sussex community website, a new digital home celebrating global giving, creativity, and compassion inspired by the Sussex legacy. Are you a writer, artist, designer, or change maker with a story to tell? We'd love to feature your work and showcase the power of global community in action. DM us or email Sussex Community Event at gmail.com to share your idea or projects. Together, we're building community and inspiring change. Now, that is beautiful. So, if you don't recognize the Sussex Community Event, whenever there's a big fundraiser, especially like those for the World Central Kitchen, which, by the way, they were trying to raise $5,000, and they've actually raised over $12,000 for the World Central Kitchen. That's what I'm talking about. So when you see those charts, and it says that the Sussex squad has raised, how much have we raised? Over $2 million? Well, when you see something like that, that says we have raised a lot of money, most times it is coordinated through the, this. So if you are one of those creative types and you think you have something to lend, well, I'll go ahead and screenshot what you see on the screen there and try to get in touch with them. Let's see. Global Sussex supporters, Sussex squad, welcome to Sussex Community Event. This is your space reflecting reflections that inspire, stories that matter, a place for global Sussex supporters to share why they give, what keeps them inspired, and how our shared mission has made a difference. These stories serve as powerful reminders that compassion unites us across time zones, language, and borders. So there you go. Sussex Community Events. Do you notice anything with this magazine? Well, I didn't like the look of it because it said this. And I'm like, girl, bye. Bye, girl. Yeah, I didn't like the look of it. I'm just like, girl, bye. Hello. Goodbye. And as you can see, for one of the rare, if not the only time in their history, they decided to use a green, for the hello instead of the signature red. That's what they did. Can you see that? Yep. They decided to go green, obviously, for Earth Flop. William is down there having the time of his life. At least he was until he found out that his brother is scheduled for some things, and now he's not having so much fun. He's probably down there mixing his own Dolly Parton song, huh? Harry, Harry, I'm gonna push you on a dog dish, Harry. You knew I was going to Earth Flop, and so you knew you couldn't stop, Harry. I wanted to be the center of attention, but you had to go and make that mention, Harry. Harry, Harry. I'm coming over to Nottingham Cottage, Harry. I know I repeat what the tabloid said, but oh shit, I can't think of nothing else. Harry. I have got to stop doing that. It's addictive. It's addictive. I cannot stop rhyming stuff with Jolene. Harry, Harry, I'm going to be king. Harry, Harry, I'm going to do my thing, Harry. Okay, yeah, this is getting really bad, though, isn't it? I mean, it has gone from it has gone from bad to worse. So I am done rhyming Jolene. And it was fun while it lasted, but it is time to move on. So I ain't got nothing else to say. If I do, I'll save it for another day, Jolene. No wonder Dolly Parton is rich. Anybody who could just rhyme something like that and get paid millions for it. Oh, man. I'm having too much fun with it, though. Hello. Goodbye. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, wait. Anyway. Hello. Goodbye. Hello. Goodbye. Hello. Goodbye, Governor. Want a bottle of water? Want a bottle of water? Anyway, this is like one of my favorite images of 2025. For the year of our Lord, 2025. This is going to go down as one of my favorite images because a picture says so much. It really does speak 1,000 words. William angry. He doesn't look angry to me. He looks like a co-conspirator, but he definitely doesn't look angry. If being a co-conspirator is the stuff of anger, then yeah, I suppose he is angry. Yeah. There's no anger detected. There is cooperation. William right now is saying, do you want to ride with us? I mean, you don't have to to wait for your Uber, just ride with Catherine and I, since he loved to call her Catherine. See, doesn't William's eyes say, here, come and hitch a ride with us? Don't worry about those cameras. There were plenty of them at Epstein's house. You didn't worry about those. Well. You guys, do you see this old lady checking out William's walk? You see how she's clocking him? William then went all the way down to Brazil, thinking that he's just like any other guy. But that old lady behind him, see how she's clocking him? Is this in Brazil or is it? You know what? I think this is the UK. I mean, look at that silly ribbon she's wearing. But whoever that is, and whenever this was taken, ooh, she has clocked him, walking like a supermodel and squeezing those butt cheeks when he walked, just like he read in Cosmopolitan magazine. Such a big girl. Isn't he? He's such a big girl. Look at how he's walking. He's got that one foot in front of the other, just like he's doing a runway for Victoria's Secret. Yes, why is William doing the Victoria's Secret walk? It's kind of choppy. You have to put one foot in front of the other. You better walk, Willie. And that lady behind him, she is clocking him, honey. She has clocked him. See, you can only hide it for so long. You know what I mean? Willie has been trying to hide what's inside for way too long. But now that supermodel walk is starting to overlap. It is creeping into his business life. You better walk, Willie. Walk, girl. Oh. Now, this is Brazil. This is Brazil. I don't think you all heard me. Is this working? I said, this is Brazil. You know what they say? Bottoms up. And they thought that people were going to be preoccupied with all of the other stuff going on with the royal family. Not so much. I think it's a disgrace. I really do. What is going on? Now, that's more than a muscle relaxer, okay? That is way more than a muscle relaxer. I haven't seen this much feminine energy since the opening of That Girl. Marlo Thomas threw her hat in the air, and it wasn't as flamboyant as that. What is really going on? Don't ask, don't tell. That should be the tagline for Earthshot. Don't ask, don't tell. Well. When we get away from London, we sure let our hair down, don't we? All he has to do is get away from London. and the real Willie shows up. Darn right, there's going to be some changes. Let me see. Where's that other one? Oh. I wonder if he went to one of the local restaurants and found a pulled pork sandwich. Huh? Yes, I wonder if he went somewhere and demanded a pulled pork sandwich. I wouldn't doubt it. Okay. Let me see. Will Not and Jason having big fun without cannot. Without Catherine cannot, huh? Well, when William leaves town, he let his hair down. Okay, well, let me go to the next slide. How long? We've been on about an hour and 15 minutes. Oh, Lord. Okay, I was about to say, please don't tell me this thing is stuck again. There we go. I don't understand why the Prince of Wales is in Brazil at global heartland of net zero policy. Deputy editor of the New Statesman, Will Lloyd, believes that it is the end of the road for the British monarchy, criticizing Prince William for, well, you figure out the rest. But let me play that sound for you. At least I think I have it. I hope I have it. Maureen, Maureen, I'm gonna beat your ass, Maureen. Maureen, Maureen. Oh, there it is right there. How can I pass that up?
People don't really understand why it is that Charles, for instance, wore a Greek tie during the Elgin Marbles controversy. I don't really understand why. Another cause dear to this channel's heart, which is, real scrutiny of net zero policies. Where is Prince William this week? He's in Brazil. He is in the sort of global heartland of net zero politics at COP30.
He is the Prince of Wales. He's not the king, and the king has shut up on these subjects since he's become king. He's playing a proper constitutional role.
I think that what I would like to get across to viewers is that should there be the populist government that I think most of them would like to see, a government with a popular mandate that really seeks to smash convention and change this country, and I think we can all agree that we want to see this country change.
Yes.
We're not happy with the state of the nation. The bigger, the permanent bureaucrat of the permanent bureaucracy at this time is the king. I mean, that is the establishment. That is the elite.
The king will not stand in the way of Nigel Farage if Nigel Farage becomes Prime Minister.
We have been told that the heir to the throne, William, well, for one thing, he hasn't read Walter Bagehot's 1867 wonderful work, which I'm sure you're very familiar with, Jacob.
Reasonably.
The English Constitution. He hasn't read this. We've also had a briefing in the Sunday Times that appeared in 2021 that he was talking about the prorogation of Parliament. William said that he would seek to challenge advice like that. Now, you know very well.
He couldn't possibly. But he's not the king.
When he becomes king.
When he becomes king, he will not challenge advice like
sure?
that. Of course,
But he has a red badge.
he would cease being king pretty quickly if he's upset the conventions of a constitutional
Are
monarchy.
you calling for the abolition of the monarchy, Jake?
No, I'm not. The constitutional monarchy doesn't stop the prime minister doing things. What would you replace it with? That's the key difficulty for Republicans.
I don't like the word Republican, and I do not look at France and feel particularly envious of their situation, nor do I look at Germany and feel particularly envious of their situation. I think that the Windsors have started to reach the end of the road. All right? People don't really understand why it is that.
Wow. Did he just say that I think the Windsors have reached the end of the road? Beware, beware, royal family, beware. You know, they use this reverse psychology. Would you want an American president? No, would you want a leader like the American president? Do you want all of that? I would imagine that one of the reasons why they say that is because of corruption. Another reason why they say, would you want an American style elected head of state, is because of all of the, I guess, controversy with the election cycles, where they are campaigning for 2 straight years to become president. That has never stopped. And it seems like the election season gets longer every time. And as he said, to his point, right now, I'm not envious of France. Right now, I'm not envious of Germany. Well, you know what? I'm sure a lot of people in Germany and France are saying they're not envious of the UK. You know, the old saying, choose your poison. Choose your poison. A good friend of mine told me years ago, everybody comes with their own BS. You got that? Everyone understands what it means to have someone exceed their authority, to have someone misrepresent, to deliberately misrepresent or lie because it's the politically expedient thing to do. So when it comes to that, there is no monopoly on those types of things in any particular country. Right now, Western civilization is being crushed under the weight of tyranny. These people trying to turn the clocks back literally to the 1950s, when Black people knew their place. They won't say it, but that's what they mean. They want to make sure that women cannot get a bank account. No same-sex marriage, none of that stuff. They want to go back to the 1950s. And it's not just in the US, it's all over. That's why there's such a huge conservative movement. And so if there's anybody who thinks that they are going to thwart any type of aspirations that a right-wing person like, let's say, a Nigel Farage, if you think you're going to separate them from the power that they want, you got another thing coming. They'll go through you, me, and anybody else to get where they want to be. So Charles the figurehead, or William, did you hear the part where they were saying that William might actually challenge? I got to hear that again. Because every time I hear it, I'm thinking, did I hear that right? I'm going to go like to the halfway point.
Prime Minister.
we have been told that the heir to the throne, William, well, for one thing, he hasn't read Walter Bagehot's 1867 wonderful work, which I'm sure you're very familiar with, Jacob.
Reasonably.
The English Constitution. He hasn't read this. We've also had a briefing in the Sunday Times that appeared in 2021 that he was talking about the prorogation of Parliament. William said that he would seek to challenge advice like that. Now, you know
Yes,
very
but
well,
he couldn't possibly. But he's not the king.
when he becomes king.
When he becomes king, he will not challenge advice like that. Of course,
But
because
he hasn't read Bagehot.
he would cease being king pretty quickly if he's upset the conventions of a constitutional
Are
monarchy.
you calling for the abolition of the monarchy, Jacob?
No, I'm not. The constitutional monarchy doesn't stop the prime minister doing things. What would you replace it with? That's the key difficulty for Republicans.
I don't like the word Republican, and I do not look at France and feel particularly envious of their situation, nor do I look at Germany and feel particularly envious of their situation. I think that the Windsors have started to reach the end of the road. All right? People don't really understand why it is that Charles, for instance, wore a...
So is that how it ends? Is that how it ends? William believes himself superior to other people, right? William gets a notion in his head that he is going to challenge Parliament. And they are going to retort and smack him back in place. End of, they hope. They better hope that's the end of the story right there. Harlan Baker says Sonia Poulton from that interview yesterday has a YouTube channel and live podcast. Sonia Poulton, and baby, she's not scared. She's giving the royal family hell after. She's given the royal family hell. She's also on Blue Sky. Oh, thank you so much for that information. I had no idea. So you did watch that interview. Bravo. Very interesting. I didn't see the entirety, but from what I did see, it was quite impressive. Quite impressive. So it's something brewing, you guys. It is something brewing. And don't forget, oh, by the way, thank you for the super chat. There are people that are terrified of King William. I wonder if William hasn't been opening his mouth about all of the things that he wants to change. I think that someone like a Tom Sykes is going to find out, because Tom Sykes acts like William is some kind of superhero. I think Tom Sykes is going to things are going to be revealed to him, and he's going to realize how foolish he's been all this time. I really do believe that, because he has been foolish. Yep. I think something is going to go south for him. Okay. Thank you very much. Rotten to the core. Yep. Rotten to the core. Victoria Arbiter. That's that one with that horrible high-pitched voice. Let me translate that for you. Inevitable, if not predictable. December 2nd, 2022, Earthshot Boston, Netflix trailer for Harry and Meghan series dropped. Not her eyebrows, but the trailer. Okay. So, yeah, it says November 7th, 2023, Earthshot Singapore. Harry delivers a message at Stand Up for Heroes. November 6th, 2024, Earthshot Cape Town. Harry attends the Tillman Honors Gala in Chicago. Oh, I remember that one. And of course, Russell Myers. Hello, Russell Myers. Where's your other ear, Russell Myers? Well, anyway, Russell Myers says, Prince Harry has announced a major tour of Canada this week. Okay, so let's see. Prince Harry has announced a major tour of Canada this week. At the exact moment his brother Prince William arrived in Rio de Janeiro for the for the start of Earthshot week in Brazil. Prince William appears on Sugarloaf Mountain. Wait, what? Prince William. Wait, let me get this right. Prince William appears on Sugarloaf Mountain and Harry steals his. Oh, why is that so weird? Prince William appears on Sugarloaf Mountain and Harry steals the headline. Did you understand that? Because I didn't. Also, do we really want to say William and Sugarloaf in the same, in the same context and everything? Sugarloaf? William Sugarloaf? William appears at Sugarloaf. He sure did. Sugar. Oh, honey, bum, 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 bum. Yes, William appeared at Sugarloaf, just loafing around. That's what William did. William appeared at Sugarloaf. William planned a whole schedule for 3 consecutive days when Harry visited UK. Then Will and Kate went on a surprise visit to Northern Ireland on the same day of Isn't that something? They came up with a whole schedule for Harry's visit. And one of those visits, Kate actually was not scheduled to be there, but she just kind of popped in last minute. See there? A family divided. They talked about it at the time. How Harry was in the UK, and what a shame they weren't scheduled to meet. However, after months and months and months of vacations and poor excuses, all of a sudden, Will and Kate got the notion to work. That was contrived. That was made up. Take a look here. And look at Kate. She just smiling and grinning. Kate was in such a hurry to get out there and try to show Harry that she can do busy work. She couldn't even let her hair finish. They wasn't even done with her hair. That's why it's sitting up there like a big bouffant. And plus, Kate was trying to steal attention from Harry, so she dyed her hair blonde. And not just a typical blonde, but that very sewage caught in a rainstorm blonde hair. Well, is she okay? Is she okay? Somebody come get their auntie. Is she okay? You know, she's got that great big hair, and from that side, it's such a scare, Maureen. Something's wrong with Kate Middleton's face. I look at it and I say, what a disgrace, Maureen. So when Harry came to visit, Kate had her dark hair. Yeah. Yeah, when Harry came to visit, Kate had her dark hair. And then somewhere in that 3 days, I think it went blonde. Yeah. Or is that strawberry blonde? Sewer blonde? All right. Ooh, look at William. Not to be outdone, he put a bow on top of his head. Yeah, it's such a discreet form of beauty. A little bow. Yeah, just, just subtle. Just a subtle little bow on top of his head. Nothing to write home about. Now, that's what you call discretion. That is a very discreet expression of beauty or something thereabouts. Well, he's expressing something like a mental breakdown. I don't know. But let's face it, between the two brothers, when Harry left that television station, when Harry left, I can't forget the other place he went. Anyway, there was always a crowd. But with William, not so much. Not so much. Yeah, vast difference. Very vast difference. And Kate, look at how she's pulling that guy to her. She's pulling him toward her. Remember how they made this big deal about Meghan and how they said it was so awkward when she kissed that designer? Look at Kate. She's practically grabbing this guy by his collar like, oh, there. And obviously she's hurting him. I mean, look at how he's trying to squeeze her forearms so that he doesn't get choked and pass out. See, Kate has some very muscular arms. I don't know if you guys know that, but her arms are so muscular. I'm pretty sure she left a bruise on him. I'm reasonably sure that he's bruised. Kaiser from Celebritty, they say Harry announced an upcoming trip to Toronto just as Scooter King arrived in. Scooter King. The fact that these two individuals could cause so much harm to other people's mental health, have the nerve to pose as mental health champions while never stop will never stop astounding me. Some people really are shameless. Oh, well, guess what? That was the last slide, you guys. That is the last slide. 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 The last slide tonight. Ooh, ah, ooh. Yeah, that was the last slide. I need you to guide me, to hide me, to whatever that song say. Yep, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much. And thank you all for the lovely birthday greetings. And remember, they're not like us. They are not like us. They are upset because Harry announced that he's got engagements next week. I have no doubt that, as someone said, that this meeting between Harry and these people were in the planning for at least a year. Really. Much to do about nothing. Well, hello, 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 and good night, everyone. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. So if you just joined us, thank you again for the tremendous birthday greetings. We're going to have to do another one of those member onlys real soon so we can let our horror down and say the quiet parts out loud. Well, thank you, Legs, and thank you for being a fantastic moderator and also a fantastic guest for our member onlys. Yes, thank you. Yes, we did a salsa, but we can do one again. Why not? Uh-oh. Okay, here goes. Here goes. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. And again, thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Thanks for making this birthday fantastic, just like the birthday last year and the year before that and the year before that. I do realize that this is a real blessing to have a platform like this. And I like to think of it as not only the fruit of my work, but you all have actively participated in making Royal Sussex what it is today. And yes, we don't always see eye to eye. And over the years, we lost a few people, but we gained so many more. And I do hope that some of the people that have found a more consistent home on another platform, I still wish those people well, and I think about them every day. And whether they're here or whether they're someplace else, they will always be part of the fabric that makes Royal Sussex what it is today. So again, thank you very much, everyone who made this channel so great. And for a while there, was the fastest growing Sussex friendly space anywhere, especially during the Queen's funeral. You know what they say, give the people what they want. You got to give the people what they want. You know what I mean. I don't mean it like that. However, it just happened to be very awkward like that the Queen, Anyway, Connie Balmer. Hey, Connie Balmer. I want you to know I did open that box, and oh my goodness, that was so beautiful. It deserves a real ritual. It does. It deserves a ritual. So I have to pick out my favorite flavor and start from there. But yeah, that is something that you have, that daily ritual, that daily affirmation, one sip at a time. Thank you, Hazel Jones. And as always, thank you so much for your wonderful insight. Hazel Jones, I don't know if it's fair to say that it's almost like you have an encyclopedic knowledge of the royal family, but I am thoroughly impressed. Uh-oh. Sequoia Farms, happy, Baron, happy day after birthday wishes. Let the celebrations continue all month. Stay safe and stay strong and stay blessed. Thank you very much for that. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. You know, I almost forgot I was still on. I'm sitting up here eating pumpkin seeds. Those things really make you concentrate. You know that? The ones with the shell. But it's so satisfying when you get that meat out of it. No. Oh my goodness, I did not. I did not see it. How do I find it? Okay, I'm looking for it right now. How do I find it? How do I keep the music playing and yet stay the closest of friends? Oh, it's on his channel. Okay. Majestic Report. Okay. Oh, that's not right. Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. Well, at least I'm on his page. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm going to download this one. I am going to download it so I can save it. I like it already. Antonio is an amazing writer, singer, and producer. That he is. You have to recognize and acknowledge talent when you see it. And he is very talented. If you just joined us, you guys, I am going to say goodnight. It's going on 2 hours. Okay, so yeah, I am going to say goodnight for real. All right, love you guys. Thank you so much, and thank you for making this a fantastic birthday again. I am always so touched by everyone, especially anything to do with this channel. Each and every one of you, I am so touched. It's been a many times when I would think I was just, just had that lost feeling. But then there's a community to go to, right? So it may not ever have the topic that I'm thinking about in my personal life, but it's more than that. It's so much more than that. So thank you. Thank you, Lydia Washington. Thank you, Ella Parker. Okay, cheers. Love you guys. See you next time.